Mr. Chairman and Senators, I'm Joe Hushek. That's spelled H-O-S-E-C-K, and I'm from Great Falls. Many who oppose the Convention of States resolution before you are offering nullification as an alternative. Nullification is a legal theory that U.S. states can refuse to comply with federal laws they deem to be unconstitutional. Nullification is an opportunity that only presents itself when specific laws are passed or specific federal executive actions are enacted that have an impact on we, the citizens of Montana, or any other state governments. Federally funded unconstitutional laws and executive decrees are intentionally difficult for states to nullify because typically come attached with federal funding. The Affordable Care Act is a prime example. The accompanying federal funds, heavily loaded in the early years, made it appealing and very difficult for states to choose nullification. When has the federal government ever presented to this state legislature the $31 trillion national debt? The answer is never, and there is no requirement to do so. So how can nullification address this? The truth is it can't. The same is true of term limits on Congress, a position that regularly polls over 80% positive nationwide. The Supreme Court has already ruled that federal term limits can only be achieved by amending the Constitution. Common sense and history have shown us that Congress will never limit its power in areas like a balanced budget or term limits. Up until 1913, the state legislatures had a powerful constitutional tool for controlling the federal government. With the ratification of the 17th Amendment, state legislatures no longer directly appointed U.S. senators and forfeited considerable leverage over the federal government. That leaves the state legislatures with only Article 5 and the Convention of States to proposing amendments to address these foundational problems. The legislation before you today is a call for the convention strictly limited to impose federal fiscal restraints on the federal government, limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government, and impose term limits on Congress and federal officials. The Montana State Legislature only has one tool left. That is joining the previous 19 other states and pass SJ2. The Convention of States for proposing amendments is the last safe, nonviolent, and constitutional solution for the problem of our republic. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.